Good afternoon. Valerie Milano here, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times and Aspiring Magazine. And I'm here in Palm Springs at the Palm Springs Short Fest. And I'm very happy that I have my guest today. So I'm going to have him introduce himself. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Valerie. Thanks for the time. I'm Hector Prats, director, writer, and editor. And by accident, also, I star in my own short at the very end, but that should be a surprise for the viewers. This was my second year short film that I directed at Columbia University at the film masters. I did directing in there. And yeah, it's a film that we made a while ago with my producing partner Heather Francis, who's also at the festival right now. And it was really just a project that I had been writing this feature film about a dancing play, which I can talk about more later. And this was kind of the proof of concept for it. So we made it a while ago. We premiered at Atlanta Film Festival last year, and we've been through Holy Shorts, New Orleans, the Strasbourg Fantastic Film Festival, Seattle, and now Palm Springs Short Fest, which is kind of our favorite.
Yes,
So fun.
good, good. Thank you so much again, Hector. There's a powerful fairy tale or parable-like quality to the film. Were you inspired by any specific fables, myths, or cultural stories?
Absolutely, yeah. I love that we're programming in a blog that's called Fables, Parables, and Fantasies, and we always when we pitch the film, we call it a cursed fable or a dark contemporary fable. I since I was a kid, I've always loved the Greek mythology, like all the Greek myths. To me, there's like a kind of a determinist component in them, something about fate that always comes back to get you. So I think pretty affected by those, not by anyone specific, but it really felt as I wrote it, I was like, well, this is very clearly he encounters all these enemies and has a clear mission, but still fate is the main force that comes back to get him.
So, what does the title Heaven is Nobody mean to you in the context of the film?
Hmm. This is it's funny because somehow all my films have been coming out from some kind of musical inspiration. This was from El cielo no es de nadie, which is a song from Colombian artist Ella Minus. She's now based in Brooklyn, and El cielo no es de nadie is kind of it would either be the sky is nobody's or heaven is nobody's, and that song was really truly like it's a kind of relentless beat that's just there and it just makes you want to move, but it's dark at the same time. That was the first spark of inspiration. And in a first draft, I think the sick mother in the story kept like repeating that and like screaming that to him. It didn't really make any kind of narrative sense, but it was something that felt off the world, so we kept it.
The film touches on fear, illness, and desperation to save a loved one. That's what I got out of it. Was this story personal for you in any way?
Not exactly. I think I've seen a lot of kind of suffering around drugs or the addiction to drugs, and especially in a neighborhood I lived in Barcelona. I which is at the heart like center of Barcelona. That's where I'm from, Barcelona, Spain. And the building I was living in was also like my apartment was fine, but then there were all these other apartments that would be, what did they call them? It was basically like maybe there were 20 people living in there, and they were like kind of drug apartments. And I've seen the both sides of it, right? And I haven't like myself not being involved in it, but having seen it on the streets, I've just seen what addiction can do to people, and what the people that love them will try to do for those that are addicted. Luckily, like I said, I haven't had it so close, but I was very interested in how that kind of, yeah, how addiction can seem from the outside something so dark, but that from the inside maybe seems holy or seems like kind of some transcendent experience to people who are experiencing it.
Was this film shot on location or built from scratch through set design or VFX?
Mostly in location, so all the exteriors are East Williamsburg, and maybe Bushwick in Brooklyn, New York. I live very very close, and I used to like around that time I was just like biking around at night, finding all these kind of industrial areas. They're kind of close to where many of the main clubs are. So no residential areas. They just work for clubs, and they felt like nowhere at the same time. It felt like New York, but nowhere. And then the only interior location, or no, like the house that was the apartment of my producing partner, which we heavily, production design. We just came up with this idea of egg cartons as soundproofing, but like also at the same time visual. And we just collected so many of them and filled up the house.
How cool is that? So what's next for the film and what are you working on now?
So we don't have any more festivals lined up, but we're waiting on some more responses for Heaven is Nobody's. And truly, to me, the main thing is just getting that feature going. Right now, it's called temp title. Second draft is A Time to Dance, inspired by this book I read about the original events that inspired the film in itself. This is 500 years ago. This really happened in Strasbourg. There was kind of an epidemic, a mass hysteria event where up to 400 people started dancing in a trance. And they don't really know, they can't know if this was because of uh, like actual physical illness, some kind of psychoactive component in the food, or really just fear of God and suggestion. So that's what I'm working on. Third draft of a feature film, getting that developing, and I have another short that soon will be out there. Yeah.
Okay, great, Hector. So how can our viewers and our readers found out more about you and this particular project you're working on? A website or social media? What?
Totally, yeah. My website is hectorprats.tv. I definitely have my trailer teaser there for the film. I'll definitely upload it once it's out there through any of the channels of hopefully short of a week, Vimeo, like all of those channels. And my Instagram is Hector Prats. It's at Hector Prats C. I can share that with you if anything. But yeah, I think that's where we'll keep everyone posted about it.
Beautiful. We're the Hollywood Times today, and our YouTube's the Hollywood Times official. And I thank you so much for being with us here virtually. And hopefully, I'll see you on the festival grounds.
I hope so too. Thanks so much,
Okay,
Valerie.
great. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.